Welcome back, guys. Today we're talking about all things progressive overload. I think this is a topic that we get very myopic about in terms of looking at only, increasing sets, increasing reps, increasing load. So I want to get into kind of a different way to view training, progressing training as a whole. If you're into that and also want to learn more about topics like that, client case studies, improving outcomes of people that lack certain movement qualities or have movement issues, or improving the efficiency of your business, head over to my website. My new advisory portal is live. It's only $10 a month. You can get a look behind me going through some of these topics in more detail, just like in this video here. So the first idea I want to introduce is we kind of look at training and improving training through the lens of progressive overload solely as a scalar entity or something that's only going to be increasing quantitative aspects, so load or reps. I want to look at more like in physics, like a vector, something that has magnitude and direction. I'm terrible at physics. I'm a really bad nerd. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I want to kind of look at the idea of, okay, not only do we have a magnitude here, so load or reps of a load, but where is that going? What is the quality of our execution? What is even the quality of our exercise? So obviously, if we're looking to progress, we can look at increasing volume, so we can add sets throughout a week for a given body part. We can look at improving intensity or increasing the weight that we're moving. So if we're doing a dumbbell press, for example, we go from doing a set of 6 to a set of 10, that would be increasing volume. Or we go from doing a set of 6 with 80 pounds to doing a set of 6 with 85 pounds, right? Both of those are very intuitive in how we're going to progress those. That's looking at the logbook, really increasing the numbers there. Not very often, I'll rather say, we don't see people that are like tracking quality in the logbook, wherever the logbook is worth. So let's look more at how we're executing movements and what's the quality of that. That's going to help us a lot in terms of, mentally with ourselves or with our clients, guiding somebody through improving their execution. If we're not executing well, especially if we're a novice and we have to change our form and improve our form, usually we're going to pull back in weight. But if we're pulling back in weight or in reps, but we're improving the direction of that stimulus, we're still progressing, right? Stimulus has a subjective quality in terms of we can't really measure quality in a way that's easily trackable, right? So it's also going to be subjective on the person, what we deem quality to be. So obviously we're going to have some standard metrics for quality depending on the movement, but also just things like controlling the end ranges, maintaining quality of form as we get fatigued in a set. That's another big one for a lot of people. So generally speaking, we're looking at progressive overload. Let's reframe how we're looking at it. Let's not only look at improving, the amount of volume we're doing or the amount of load that we're moving, but also what is the quality here? At what point is it actually be better for us to, pull back and improve the quality or execution that we're currently training with? That isn't to say that it's not okay to have a little bit of a slip in quality of execution when we are pushing load. Obviously, if we're training hard and progressing, that's going to happen and that should happen. So don't be the execution specialist that doesn't ever train hard because you're so focused on execution. But generally speaking, let's add in this third element of not just load, not just volume, but also what is the quality of our movement? Depending on the movement, we may have some different subjectivity to how we view that. But generally speaking, add that element in. If you feel like you're struggling to progress and part of that is execution, don't feel like you're regressing because you are taking time to improve that. So we'll finish with that. I'm not going to get too much into that. I think it's a pretty good topic just to introduce, a good way to look at your training. If you guys want to hear more in regards to that, let me know below. If not, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys always.